Hello, everybody. It's me, Feared Angel. Welcome to Marvel United. We're going to be playing this in a special way, pretty much giving me an excuse to play all the content we can in the game. We're going to be playing the this is the community created version called Megaverse, where it's this giant map, as you can see, and you can kind of choose where you want to start on it. You can either choose the base game, with the Avengers, the X-Men with the X, or you can do the multiverse, and you can kind of start where you want, and then you work your way by unlocking a certain thing. You have to beat villains, and you get like symbols, and you can kind of go down the path and unlock harder and harder enemies and heroes and use them. You can get your goal is to basically defeat as many villains as possible as you can and try to survive all the way through. The end bosses are Thanos, I believe Apocalypse, and Galactus. I think are the three big bads. Apocalypse for the X-Men kind of path. They all interconnect, and so we're gonna try to beat every villain in the game. It's gonna take a while, but I'm here all day, and it's giving me something to do after work. Basically what happens is you get some starting heroes, and then over time, as you defeat people and unlock heroes, you get more and more heroes to use. Every time you use a hero, they're exhausted for 2 games. So you do need somewhat of a pool of heroes. If you lose, whatever heroes you're using are instantly KO'd and are considered dead. There are ways to revive them, but if you lose a bunch, you're not going to be able to get them back. You can get bonus tokens. You can these are for mainly the big harder battles. You can bring some extra tokens right at the beginning of the game. You can get a key, a brain, and a cog to unlock the grayed out. They're basically just key items to unlock that, whatever's being locked by either the key, the brain, or the cog. There's some gates, a portal, because technically the multiverse side of things, which is the purple on the very outside of the map, is considered separate, technically, from the X-Men and Avengers side of the game. But when you get a portal icon, you can make a non-multiverse character available in the multiverse side of the game, and you can it goes back and forth. You can also use a multiverse character for the base game characters. You can unlock equipment, you can unlock team cards, you can unlock pet companions. Certain people use locations. They kind of recommend, you can either randomize your locations or pick a fair location. There are some that you need a very specific location, and that's pretty much it. There are some special rules that we can go over every now and again, but we're going to try to do it in order of the release of the game too. So we're going to try to follow the path that lets us, if we started when the game first released and beyond. So we are going to start with the Avengers side. We're going to start with our starting heroes. We get Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, and Captain America. And from there, we can branch out. We are going to start with Red Skull today. So let's get into it. All right. So we're going to be going with Red Skull first, obviously. Apologies for the hands. I just got back from work, and I couldn't wait to play. So bam, Red Skull is bam. Deal 1 damage to each hero in Red Skull's location. Increase the fear track by 2. Basically, he wins if we get to 20 or we run out of cards, obviously. Overflow if civilians or thug tokens. We got a cat on the field. Can't be added to a location. Increase the fear track by 1 for each token you couldn't add. We are going to be playing at 3 players, pretty much the entire Megaverse. And he has 8 health. He has no special setup. He's going to be right there in the middle. I figured how we're going to play. We'll probably switch it up as we go, how we play, whether we're just going to play like each hero individually or play commander mode. First game, we're probably going to play commander mode. We're going to be Hulk, Black Widow, and Captain America. I've already shuffled that deck there. The starting locations I haven't even revealed yet, but I've decided that I think what we're going to do is as we play through the Megaverse, depending on what character, what villain we face, we'll basically add more locations to the random poll because there's just way too many locations to even shuffle correctly. So that's just basically the reason. So right now with Red Skull being a base hero, we're going to be just playing the basic locations. So we're going to be doing Times Square. End of turn, you may rescue one civilian from this location. New York Police Headquarters, you may discard one thug from any location. Central Park, you may move up to two civilians or thugs in any combination from this location to any location. Avengers Tower, you may search your deck for one card and set it aside, then shuffle your deck and place that card on top. And Avengers Mansion, you may draw cards until you have 3 in your hand. Shield Helicarrier, you may move to any other location. So those are, we're just going to place them randomly in one of our spots here. Red Hulk's cards, threat cards. We're just going to choose them at random. Subversion, discard all thugs and civilians from this location and advance the fear track by the number of tokens discarded this way. We'll go there. Next one. Bob, Agent of Hydra, 4 health. Heroes starting their turn in this location take 1 crisis token. Hydra Elite Troops. Each thug in this location requires 2 damage to be defeated. Madam Hydra, 5 health, bam. Deal 1 damage to each hero in this location. Any hero can prevent this effect by taking 1 crisis token. Brainwashing. Heroes in this and adjacent locations take 1 crisis token each. And Crossbones, 6 health, deal 2 damage to each hero in this location. Any hero can prevent this effect by taking 2 crisis tokens. We're going to go ahead and we are going to use die. I do like to use die for health when it comes to board games. So that's what we will be using for all of their health, including Red Skull. He starts with 8 with 3 players. Hard to shuffle. But yes, I have a very manual labor job, very dirty. And as much as I wash my hands sometimes it doesn't really come off until I get in the shower, which like I said, I just got home like very recently, and I just was like excited to play. So if dirty hands bother you, you know what? Apologies. All right, Master Hero deck there. You like this mat? Anything, if you like any of the accessories I play, I will have a link to any of the descriptions. Now, whether they're still available, a couple years after this video is live, that's another thing. But I will have a link to anything that I have custom like this. Like this single player mat. It's pretty much meant for single player. Yeah. And so I have some painted and some don't. But I have him. He's supposed to be red. I never got around to painting him. But we will roll a dice to see 1 to 6 to see where he starts. 3. So we are all going to start here. That is the opposite of Red Skull. All right, so we are ready to play. Everything's set up. We draw 5 cards in Commander mode. And if you've never played Commander mode, basically it's all 3 decks put together into one. And then if we ever run out of cards in our hand, we are automatically KO'd. So it's very dangerous. But that's how it goes. First card that he's going to start out on is move 3. It's not good. He's going to land on us. No BAM, though. He's going to do a lot of civilian play here. So Unfortunately, he is going to overload right off the start, giving him one, and then he's going to put one up top here, one at Avengers Mansion. And that is his first card. Alright, so now it's our turn. Oh boy, we got 2 Hulk, deal damage to everything and move. That's not a good start. I think what I want to do is pretty much beat up Crossbones over here to a pulp pretty quickly. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Hulk's Double Fist to take him down to 4. Draw again. And then we're going to use this that we just drew. Captain America, give a Uno token from the pool to another hero and a fist. So 3 fists, and we get an Uno token, which I'll add here for us. And I think I'm pretty much going to use it immediately. So 4 fist to immediately get rid of Crossbones, giving us a clear threat. And in turn, you may move to any other location. That does, I think that only allows 1 player to do that. So what we're going to do is we will move Hulk up here where Madam Hydra is. We drew a Hulk card. We are going to use the double Black Widow star to rescue 2 civilians and punch a thug. And now it is his turn again. He's going to stay where he's at, discard all civilians from locations with heroes, and deal 1 damage to each of those heroes. Advance the fear track by the number of civilians discarded this way. Now, I believe that since we are the same hero, I think we only take 1 damage just in total, I believe, which still is bad for us. And it's going to make it harder to do the civilian thing now. To clear out civilians, so all civilians there are gone. Back to the pool. And we are going to take 1 damage, so I have to choose a card. We're going to take one of these Hulk Smash cards. We're going to put it at the bottom of our deck. We got Raw. It is our turn again. We got the double save. We're going to do... we're going to do the black... Well, no. No. But we're going to... Man. We're going to do the Hulk Smash. So move, deal 1 damage to everything else in this location, and discard all civilians there. So we're going to move here, get rid of these civilians, deal 1 damage to the thug. This says heroes in this this is when Red Skull lands, so we actually don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to use the 2 stars at his location. Go ahead and draw. We drew a Captain America move. So we can move now. We're going to do Captain America's double star. And move to Avengers Mansion here and do another 2 stars. We do get to draw 2 fists. We're going to do a move. Captain America's move. We're going to use one of the stars here to get rid of subversion and giving us a clear threat. Says end of turn you can draw up 3 cards. We're fine there. We do have 1 more star. We are going to use that here to save a civilian and then do our move up to where Bob is. Ooh, wait. Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of Bob quick though. But we'll see. So Red Skull's turn. He's gonna move to. Ooh, where we are. Bam! Deal 1 damage to us. So we have to choose a card to get rid of. We will do Captain America's double star at the bottom. That puts him up to 3 villainous plots. And he's going to put 2 thugs where he's at and 1 to his left and right. So 2 up here, 1 here, 1 here. Which we've only taken 1 damage. Why do we have so little? Have I not been drawing? Oh no, we did take a damage. That's right. Okay. Yeah. That's all right. So we have a move and some damage. We're going to use Hulk's star here to finish off brainwashing, giving us our 3rd clear threat. And end of turn, you may rescue 1 civilian from this location. There are none. Oh, and he could move, so we're going to move him here, where Bob is. We're going to do Black Widow's interrogate. Look at the top card of the master plan deck. You may place it on the bottom. So we're going to use that fist to beat up this guy, and then look at our master plan. 0, bam. We're definitely going to put that at the bottom because he would hit us. We definitely can't afford that right now. We are going to do that. We're going to do this, the move star. So you have a fist, star, and move. We're going to move up here, do the fist to that, and do another fist. I don't want to clear yet. I think it's a little too early to clear that, so that's why I'm waiting. So we're just going to do some thugs. And it is his turn. He's going to move over to Adam Hydra is. He's going to bam, putting him up to 5. And he's going to put 2 civilians where he's at and to his left and right. So 2 civilians here and to his left and right. Which is fine by us. So we're going to draw. We're going to do the fist. So we're going to double fist both these guys. We need to take some crisis tokens here. We started like 3 turns, I think, here. Which is fine. Started our turn. We're going to do 4 fists where Hulk is to get rid of Bob, which will clear out all of our threat. Now the villain acts every 2. So we'll immediately go to his turn. It says, end of turn, you may search your deck for 1 card and set it aside, then shuffle your deck and place that card on top, which we are. We're going to look for a double Uno. Black Widow, double Uno. We're going to shuffle. Put that on top. Works for us. All right, so he's staying where he's at, and he's going to bam, which is fine. Puts him up to 7. For each crisis token, the heroes advance by 1. So we have 4. Take him up to 11. So he's currently got 11 villainous plot. We're going to go ahead and draw. And we are going to do our double Uno to use one to move. We're going to use the two fists off the Hulk to save a guy. And we've got one more, which we're going to do to, we're going to use to save a man. Do our double Uno and a move. Yeah. So we're going to use Captain America leadership, give a Uno token from the pool to another hero, and a move icon. We're going to give ourselves an Uno token. We're going to move him over here and then use one of the Unos to finish our thug location. We can now damage Red Skull. He is now vulnerable to damage. Hopefully he does not move very far. But it is his turn now. So he's going to move to four. Move forward. 2, 3, 4 to where Hulk is. He's going to bam, which does a damage to us. We're going to get rid of Black Widow's move card. Takes us to 12. Takes him to 12. And he's going to put 2 thugs where he's at and 1 to the left and right. Yeah. Draw. We're going to do Hulk's double damage to beat him up. We're going to use, we just drew the double Uno. We're going to use that. We're going to use our Uno token to move Captain America to Red Skull. And we're going to use all 4 of these icons to do 4 damage to him, putting him to 2. It will now be his turn. He's going to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to overflow by 4 here. Whew. Putting him to 16 immediately. Overflow by another 2. And then he puts a civilian and thug here. Okay. That's not good. We got to do 2 damage to him. We somehow, man. And she is really far away. Okay, what we're going to do, I think we can win though. He's got 2 left. So we're going to do this. We're going to move 1. Use 2 Unos to move again. Do 1 damage to him. Draw because our turn ends. And then use her double fist to beat him up. And Red Skull is done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.